Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I don't know if you guys go through phases like this. I'm pretty sure everyone does, but I have never felt uglier than I do these days. Oh my god. No, this is not like a cry for sympathy. Please do not do that. I think I just want to try to get unugly. I have a dinner to go to. I need to feel good about myself on the outside while I just yap and talk about what is going on. I could honestly go on and on and on with like a laundry list of reasons why I feel so ugly right now, but there are two main reasons why. The older I get, the more I realize that it is almost directly related to my hair and skin health, and both of those are in the toilet. It's not even like my hair health always. My hair is naturally really curly and thick and coarse, luckily, but also frizzy. So like a lot of the times it's just about me feeling put together, like my hair is tamed. So like when I tell you the slick back bun has been my best friend through these times. As far as my skin goes, I have struggled with acne pretty much my entire life. I've done like every treatment under the sun. I could probably make a whole other video about that. I did get it under control right before I moved to London, and now it is not under control. It is constantly breaking out, peeling all the time. I am working on it. The main issue is my hair. And if you have seen some of my other videos, you have probably heard that I'm really struggling with the short hair. What you don't realize is just how bad it really is. And at some point during this video, I'm gonna get the courage to actually show you what has happened, because I am emotional. I'm gonna walk you guys through like my entire hair journey story while I put on an entirely full face of makeup, so you can really get the whole picture. So I've pretty much always been blonde my entire life, up until I guess 1 or 2 years ago. I started highlighting it in like 7th or 8th grade. Whenever my mom would let me, I begged her. I looked up to like the platinum blonde girlies that I danced with, and I wanted to be just like them. Pretty much over the course of my teens and like into like my early 20s, I basically went from blonde to blonder. Wow, I don't think this foundation matches my skin. Over the years, as I got older, I started experimenting with just tons of hair color changes. I am an artist and I love to express myself that way, and also imagery in the form of colors and costumes and lighting are usually the first things that come to mind when I have an idea and start to work on a new project or a new creation. Obviously, my hair has not really been able to survive all of the changes, and I kind of forgot what I was saying. And so I don't do get ready with me's because I cannot focus. So I started experimenting. I wanted to be platinum. I wanted to be all over bleach and tone. I experimented with extensions. The tape inclined, and to be fair, I always had really long, thick, beautiful hair. I just wanted more of it. I wanted it to be different. I wanted to change it. First mistake. I was also dyeing it out of a box from CVS, or bleaching it out of a box. I had no idea what I was doing. I ruined it, and I wish I had photos. It was in pieces. I mean, these pieces around my face were about that big, and just like all around. It was pretty bad. So I went to this girl. She basically said, we gotta chop it off if you ever want it to grow again. You have to start over, kind of start over from scratch. And I was horrified. Long hair is my comfort blanket, always has been, probably always will be. But I will say it ended up being the best advice. I chopped it off. I continued to change it. I went darker, I went lighter, I went darker. I dyed it platinum when I was in China. Went darker again, and it still just continued to grow, continued to grow, continued to grow. I did not change the hair color for a while because I was kind of in the middle of a break from creating and releasing things, and also I was also kind of in the middle of a mental health crisis, so I wasn't really thinking about my hair. It got so healthy, so long, down to my lower back. I hope I can find a photo of this. After that, decided to go platinum again. This time around, it didn't really matter because it was so healthy. It really didn't have that much damage or breakage. I look like a clown, but we're gonna trust the process. Okay, so after that, I was getting ready to put out a project called Ghost Stories. Some of y'all might remember it. And I really wanted to have pink hair, which would have been fine if I didn't have to dye it pretty much every week, every other week to keep it that color. And I wasn't aware at the time, but that was when the damage started again. It wasn't really like coming out, like I couldn't tell, like it wasn't just like coming out in clumps, whatever it is right now. Just over time, it started to get shorter and shorter and shorter. This is also one of my favorite products right now. And I don't have sponsors or like ads or anything right now, so if I recommend something, you know it's something that I really use. It's Huda Beauty Blush Filter in Latte. Also, when doing the pink, it made my blonde color fade a lot, so it made the color underneath just naturally darker. So once this project was over, you guessed it, I wanted to go platinum again. This is where I fucked up. I loved it. It was just the perfect shade for me. All the other times I had gone platinum, I can't really say I loved it. It was just more of a comfort blanket. I am an extreme person. I wanted to be as blonde as I could possibly be. But this time around, I loved it. But it was very damaged. No matter what I did, I mean, I got trims all the time. I was taking really good care of it. It would not grow. It was stuck right here, which I'm being really hard on myself. It still was pretty long, but not long enough for me. And I hate it. Clip-in extensions became my best friend. I personally have never had a good experience with any other type of extensions. I refuse to get them. I don't care what anyone tells you or tries to sell you. Extensions are not good for your hair. They do not help it grow. They damage it. At least in my experience. I'm sure there are people out there who've had different experiences, but I personally refuse to get the more permanent extensions. Flash forward, I don't know, a few years into being platinum, maybe a couple years into me being platinum, I filmed a YouTube video with my friend Courtney, who was a beautiful dark hair girly while I was a platinum girly, and we switched hair colors for the night. We bought wigs and I went black and she went platinum, and when I tell you I loved it, that is the understatement of the year. It became my entire personality. It was all I thought about. It was all I talked about. I kept asking people, should I go dark? I think this is my destiny. And this was a very well thought out decision. It took about a year because I knew if I hated it, it was going to take forever to get it back blonde. I know you're gonna be shocked when I tell you this, but I did it and I absolutely loved it. Do not get me wrong. I really was obsessed, but it showed me that I actually, it's not just like about the hair color. I actually am just obsessed with change. I'm obsessed with trying new looks, changing my hair color. I don't know what personality trait that is or what that comes from, but it's just the way I am. Okay, we're still trusting the process, okay? I gotta do my liner off camera. I don't know how people do that on camera. I forgot to mention that after I went almost black, it still was not growing. And I mean like several months into it, it was not growing. And deep down I knew that I was going to probably have to chop it all off again like I did 10 years ago if I wanted it to ever grow again. About 9 months into this black, it started fading. I was thinking I was gonna chop it. I was also getting the itch to change it. So basically I went to my hair girl and I said, hey, I am thinking I may want to lighten it up a little bit, and I'm also gonna chop it, and while it's already faded, don't you think it makes the most sense to just go ahead and do it now versus go back really dark and then do it again and then lighten it later? She basically said pretty much like, yikes. It's a little soon, but we can do it and we can be really careful. Also, I want to add that I absolutely love her. She is so talented. She's literally a goddess. I am so sad I had to leave her behind in Nashville. She's my favorite person I've ever had. Bless my hair. Anyway, we lightened it and it fell out. Over time though, so that I really didn't realize just how bad it was until recently. Last week, I finally had my appointment with my very brand new hair person in London, which, by the way, I just had to tell him this entire story, and it was pretty much like finding a new therapist. So I told him the whole story, and then I let my hair down, like I'm about to do for you guys, and said, here's where we're at. And he basically said, I'm cutting you off. That was humbling, but I was like, fair. He said, we're gonna treat it, we're going to trim it, but if you ask me to change your hair color within the next 1 to 2 years, I am going to tell you no, you will have to go elsewhere. Fair. But basically now I'm forced with this like realization that there's really nothing else I can do about it. I only have myself to blame, and I have to learn how to like accept myself the way I am or whatever. Especially because I refuse to get extensions, which I do have these little clip-ins that I cut that go around my face, because you're gonna see that's the part that took the biggest beating. So that helps a little bit, but it's just hard. And if you don't get it, I'm not gonna try to explain it to you. This video is not for you. Those who get it, get it. And this video is for you. Maybe you have been through something similar that you have an emotional attachment to, that you have lost, and you have to learn how to move on without it, because that's what it feels like. Genuinely, that's what it feels like. I will definitely get longer clip-in extensions once it grows out a little bit more. It's just not blendable at all right now. Fortunately, the ends like underneath and in the back are still really thick, and there's a lot of it that's still really healthy, so I just have to be grateful for that. But that makes it really hard to blend with, especially clip-in extensions that I'm just like putting in myself. Listen, I am Miss focus on your inner beauty, focus on your inner self, love yourself. But this is just not that video. This is just not that time for me. I do have a series of things that I like to check off the list to feel good on the outside. Funny enough, one of those things, a really quick fix for me, is a spray tan. And I can't do that right now because I'm in the middle of getting a couple of my tattoos removed, and you can't have any type of tanner on with that. As soon as I can, I will be orange as often as I can. I just got this brand new lip liner. Not me procrastinating, not me avoiding the hair reveal. I've never used it though, so we'll see. It's Reform Beauty Power Lip in Teddy. Oh, wait, I do like that. Okay. All right. I guess it's that time. This is the front. That's the back. This is the front. That's the back. No, this wasn't cut that way. This is just all broken off. There's no hair. I mean, there's little pieces, but... And also around my head. The same length. The same length around. You can't really see in the camera. But it's the same length around my head. 360 degrees. I am just going to really have to learn to love myself. However, if you only see me on social media with this hairstyle for like the next couple years, you know why. You saw it here first. I actually think I more made this video, it looks better before or whatever, because I spent all week trying to film other content and kept being like, you look so bad. We're not filming that. And then I realized we need to talk about it. I really appreciate you all. Thank you all for watching. Oh, I'm going to get my roots touched up on Monday, and I might have him go a little bit darker. If I have to have this hair color for 2 years, and like I kind of want to go back to being dark, I will not be taking any advice on that. Well, anyways, you'll find out next week.